now overflows, flooding left and right. All things depend on it to grow, and it does not refuse. It does not claim credit. It clothes and nurtures all things, but it is not their master. It has no desire and may be called small. All things come unto it, but it is not their master. It may be called great, because it does not consider itself great. Therefore, it is great for all.
Beautiful.
Nice.
In time, the smallest sprout of the forest stretches into a giant redwood. It remains like that. In time, lightning strikes, snaps the trunk, it plummets to the floor, and remains like that. In time, a whimper turns to roaring waves upon waves, redefines path, relocates driftwood, bearing fossils of snails, chipmunk teeth, and woodpeckers' forgotten seeds. Your journey begins after myriad years. It is still the same: sun, moon, stars. It is still the same earth, but you are loosened, swagger downstream, smash on the banks, startle deer and seagull looking to land, bang on the rocks, draw your splinter weapon without apology, rush at the fish, they gape at your omnipotence. Driftwood, you have salt on your skin, stars on your belly. Dance with the eagle, he surfs the wind, you rock the waves. No roots. Thank you. I'd like to toast to poetry in Chinatown, to all the poets in San Francisco. May poetry live.
Yeah.
Yay! Cheers! And now we're back to our wonderful host, Greg Pond.
Well, thank you, Clara, and welcome everybody to the April edition of Third Saturday Poetry in Chinatown. This afternoon we have two wonderful features. We have Antoinette Vella Payne, and we have Lisbit Bailey. So we're looking forward to some wonderful words to be shared this afternoon. First, I'd like to mention that you should all silence our phones. Myself included. And then also, when you read, you can get one of our pens, our colored pens here. I think these are all maybe gel or metallic or something. Some might fly, as a matter of fact. But anyway, get a pen after you've read and try to keep it to about maybe 3-4 minutes, because we often have more people who stroll in after we get going. So we'll make sure everybody gets a chance to read. And first we're going to start off with Rocio. And after Rocio we'll have Karen Melinda Magoon. And I believe Rob will be after. And then I think we'll have one of our features. So Rocio, yeah.
This short story is new. It's called Arizona Middle School. The new pilot program had been designed and created by my 8th grade teacher, Mr. Richard. He had written a grant and designed the curriculum for the experimental program. He asked me to be his teacher's assistant, tutoring students in history. I had become a member of the National Honor Society at 12 years old. I did not speak a word of English when I first came to California at 9 years old. I immigrated with my family, riding in a turquoise bus from Mexico City. On Friday, I told Mr. Richard that I felt upset because I had to share my bedroom with four other brothers and sisters. He told me, "You're lucky. I'm an only child and I never learned how to share. I'm jealous." Mr. Dershow's class was named Experimental History. So far, we had Greek Olympics. Kids ran races in the schoolyard. We also had a Create Your Own Castle project. Students created their own sculptures of the castle made out of sugar cubes or other creative materials such as clay. The theme for that Friday was Roman Banquet. The class was abuzz with excited students. I was lying on top of a long table with my right elbow leaning on the desk, holding a bunch of purple grapes up to my mouth, eating them as Romans did. Most of the other kids bought their togas at the custom shop. As my family was so poverty-stricken that I was suffering hunger, the school lunch, made fresh every day from scratch, was mainly what was keeping me alive. I took a white sheet from my bed that morning to create my tunic. I also had a large piece of fabric, which I sewed into a toga. It was a very 70s fabric, a deep purple color with bright, large magenta paisleys on it. During recess, a couple of my friends wanted me to hang out with them at the schoolyard. I told Terry, "Not today. I want to look at the sheep. They are also my friends." There was a sheep farm next to Arizona Junior High School. Why anyone would start a sheep farm in Riverside, California still baffles me to this day. The poor sheep had nothing to eat but dry grass next to a very dry brown mountain. That day, I understood that the sheep were also my teachers. They were teaching me to adapt to accept whatever circumstances life throws at you. They were content munching their dry grass. Thank you.
Thank you. Great. I believe Karen Milana Lagoon is up next. And Rob after.
Yep, I reached that point. Is this good? Is this good? Okay. Wonderful to be here. I'm looking forward to Antoinette and Lisbit. Okay, I open this to One Life. This is my latest book, Wax and Wane of Thought. Look at those colors. Yeah. Happy May almost. Anyway, One Life. Does one life play phrases within a symphony, share thoughts, share rhythm and rests, wait for an antiphonal echo of chorus or solo, a descant or a cadenza, like a soliloquy? Wait for a moment, listen for the orchestra to reach a fermata, an opening for a voice to ride over one chord or empty space. Does everyone have a moment to make music? One fermata, one space. Listening to the orchestra with care, with perception, to understand the measures and know when the opening has come, to offer thoughts with eloquence, with humor, with intelligence, with compassion. Part of a larger message, a communal message, such that when a final trill comes, a final cadence, one moment ends in a phrase, a last chord, full of the resonance of a life well lived, independent, yet in harmony with others. Oh, pen, yes. Oh, a pink pen. Thank you.
Thank you.
I got it.
Thank you, Greg. Hello. I am known for writing songs that often have a progressive, if not revolutionary, agenda. But it's possible that I have finally gone too far.
No! You coming?
I'm going to have to leave it to you and history to decide on this one. For basically, I incite the entire audience to commit a crime with this song. So, has anyone in the crowd ever ridden in a driverless taxi?
No.
Okay. Has anyone in the crowd ever had sex in a driverless taxi? I don't know. I've read the numbers, and statistically, there's at least one person in this room who is lying. So here we go. This is called Waymo Lovin'. Baby, I'm so tired of life's crap. Salvation coming, download the app. A driverless taxi swinging our way. Satisfaction in the middle of the day. Cuddling and smooching in the backseat. People stroll by on the street. You smile so sweet. We need loving, oh, we need loving. Way more loving, way more loving. Circle the block 300 times. Commit public indecency crimes. Ride by the home of your ex. Show me you like hot nasty sex. Cuddling and smooching in the backseat. People stroll by on the street. You smile so sweet. We need loving. Oh, we need loving. Way more loving. Way more loving. Hotels so cliche. Bedrooms so blasé. Public bathrooms so passé. In a rolling robot. Hip hooray, yeah. We get out and straighten our clothes. At the corner store, you buy me a rose. We go home and rub-a-dub-dub. We join the 3-foot club. Cuddling and smooching in the backseat. Stroll by on the street, you smile so sweet. We need loving, oh, we need loving. Way more loving, way more loving, way more loving. Thank you very much. And I will just add that my tombstone might read History's Greatest Party Entertainer. And if you would like a prototype flyer for my party entertaining, then let me know. Thank you very much. And Greg, before I take a pen, I have a question I wanted to ask. Do you get paid a flat rate, or do they pay you based upon a commission, the quality of poets that you attract?
The latter.
The latter. Well, then you are a well-paid.
Thank you. Thank you, Ralph. Well, all right. Well, I think we can bring up one of our features this afternoon. And I believe Antoinette's going to go first. So, Antoinette Vella Payne self-published her first poetry collection in the fall of 2023. That's What Happens When You Live on Haight Street. She's working on a second collection. Her poems have appeared in the Haight Street Literary Journal, in anthologies, Dime Piece, and Poems in Praise of Libraries, published by World Stage Press in Los Angeles. What's in John's Basement, published by EyePublishEwe in San Francisco, and online in Poetry Express newsletter from England. Ekphrastic FolkHeart Press and MillValleyLit, home of the Literary Latte. Sacred Grounds Open Mic is her poetry home, and she is host of the monthly 1428 Poets Group. So please, please welcome Antoinette Vella Payne.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited to be here. And I am going to start with probably a poem that many of you have heard, but it's just a good start. And it goes, the title is Our Will to Recall. On this one we are sure, running into ourselves at our most valuable core. Forgotten is the one prayer myself must know. Form identity in a material life. Emotional waves impress intoxicated lies. Littleness and singularity, sea of sin, knows of another sea, running constantly whole, out at sea, beyond beauty. The likes of a teardrop is all we see. Water prostrates itself, globes burst bubble by bubble, and the whole, his wish to be seen, saying, "It is I, my lamps falling into wet seas, where humans are yet to realize themselves tied and dropped to current waves, lost from the connected will, fighting the isness of now. Sea mystics know how individual mind rises from oceans linked to the one, seeing past what it took for him to look at you and together realize the mystery of us, the one." This is called Contagious Courage, and it's a reflection on what's happening in our world right now. Prehistoric people built sound, soaring, singing communities in the age of dinosaurs. Shrieks and slaps, warnings in crescendo, falling into the unknown realms. Dangerous, beautiful giants walking alongside, all of them stepping into eternity. Grunt, growl, grow into a new colony, imagined dangers. To extinction, to civilization, prompting recreation to unimagined human evolution. We stand at a new precipice, brought about by fear, illusions of dangerous freedoms. Controlled authoritarianism says the people can't handle love and inclusion and self-determination. But we can, we will. Together we resist. Together we change the course. Because only we, the people, can. This is called Opaque Dreams. Watching the postman park illegally by a fire hydrant, he locks his truck
his bins of mail and packages stacked on a dolly to deliver to his route. Fantasy versus reality. I met a man online. Send pictures was his mantra. He said that every picture told him a story about me. When we met, I pretended to be a tourist in my own city. He truly was a tourist. We flirted, but he was too fat and I was too old. Fantasy versus reality. Food pictures on menus or any place else, like overhead posters on the bus, or seafood delivery trucks showing mouth-watering meals saying, "You want this." Fantasy versus reality. In most cases, disappoints. Perhaps religion is like that too. The mailman is back at his truck to reload mail bins stacked on the dolly. He wipes the sweat from his brow. He's back at climbing the hills of San Francisco to deliver our mail. A man walks by with his shopping cart piled high. I imagine he grew up here near Laguna and Page, before homes were replaced by investments. Only the rich survive here. Only the rich are to be feared. Jehovah's Witnesses dressed up on a brisk Saturday morning in overcoats and scarves follow him down the street, knocking on doors. They proselytize the fantasy of their religion, believing that saving a brother saves themselves. This is true, no matter the religion. Ram Dass said, "We are all just walking each other home." The San Francisco Zen Center is an old brick building at Page and Laguna. Monks walk by, bowing to one another. I imagine it's like acknowledging the Christ in you, seeing the Christ in me. Namaste. The author of Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance lost his son, who was murdered in front of the Zen Center. His young life was randomly ended by just standing there. It was at Haight in Octavia. Reality versus fantasy intermingled to tragedy. The mailman has returned. He enters his truck, closes the door to keep the cold air out. I can't see him, but I know he's arranging his deliveries. On the side panel of the white truck, it says, "We deliver for you." Maybe he's eating his lunch in the truck. Buildings from early 1900s at Page and Laguna have widow's peaks that look like witches' hats. You have to look up to see them. Fantasy and reality weaving in and out on a brisk December day. The mail truck is gone. Streets and the people walking along are like a dream. 1 minute hard and real like concrete. The next, out of sight, moving on. Were they ever here? This is called Cruising the Bay, and this was the one that was published in the Marin County Lit, home of the Literary Latte. Hey man, started out with a 1953 red Chevy Bel Air with red vinyl seats, bought from my brother's friend for $500 in 1969. It probably died, so my dad helped me buy a 1965 teal blue black canvas convertible top Ford Mustang, a collector's classic now. My cousin drank my dad's scotch one day and drove my car into a light pole. She was underage, so I took the blame. Grateful my parents cared only that I was okay. Dad traded that classy pony car at Rico Gallardi's used car lot for a 1973 mustard yellow Ford Pinto. Rico knew what he was doing. Dad said it looked like a jewel in the parking lot on a misty night after seeing Hush, Hush, Sweet Charlotte at the movies. That yellow Pinto took me through my pot-hazed LSD, bell-bottom 20s, on my own, wild and carefree. I worked at AT&T, cried when the Vietnam War ended. Maroon Camaro with removable roof was next. Dark tinted T-top, oversized gangster tires, hippy-dippy me selling radio time in the city, cruising to Dylan's Lay Lady Lay on KYA. Had a baby girl in '81 and still driving that open-air Camaro until I bought a new beige Renault with fancy gold rim wire wheels to drop her off at daycare. It was a lemon. All downhill from there to a Mazda stick shift, had to learn to drive it off the lot. Worked at KRML in Carmel, where they filmed Play Misty for me, and met Clint Eastwood. Early 90s, I got a 1981 brown Mercedes with classic front grille to help me sell real estate. Then I replaced it with a newer '87 blue Mercedes. Plastic interior dash looked like a glorified Honda. Then a white 2001 Acura propelled me through the housing bubble and forced foreclosures, cruising that decade along California's coast, listening to Santana. Now I drive a gray 214 Honda Civic, depreciating like the rest. I love the rear view camera on the dash, looking backward in time. Feeling buzzed from the inside out. Your apartment, a poster, made of past bridges, visited in your magical crooked house. Your bathtub, an altar, before problems were papier-mâché relics. Your aged hands you don't remember because your heart is young and ready to love. Girls just so, like a knife avenging revenge, compelling them. Your bed leaving this lucky parade, wearing street toes of a cracked girl trying to train lost persuasions. Brought to a full stop, something locked in your foolish heart the size of Texas. Leaky rice tea, another foul smell taken for granted, bottled like arid cranberries. Much like the man-made lover at the market with you, who stayed even on the brink of change. He's all you had between your looks and the canvas seen outright at the first sign of 5 beggars. Strength, compassion, tolerance, generosity, trust. You can disappear, be taken away, stand in place, wait for the call. Your house, a place, nearly loved like you, more than lucky. Strong enough to live unnamed promises. Well, I went to New Zealand last month, so I have like 3 little poems about New Zealand, so we'll do those. The New Zealand people are really nice. They're like really happy, and they're really sorry for us. This is called It's Low Tide. Breeze smells like seaweed, sand, and salted egg across the bay. Swimmers' voices carry, melted in seagull's song. The gulls, they screech in harmony with aircraft's skyward hum. Soon the breeze is all that's left. I stand where low tide forms distant shores, walk on pebbles and seaweed. When a woman comes, she feeds her garden, instead of eggshells and coffee grounds, bags of gathered dry seaweed, before high tide takes it all back. Powwow Island Mail Run. So there's a boat you can get on to go from New Zealand, which is an island, to Powwow Island. And every day that boat goes out there to take the people who live on that island their mail. A child's voice from a distant past yells out, "No, no, no," 3 times like the rooster's crow. Ghosts preside in titles and dreams on Powwow Island. Echoes breeze through autumn's fallen leaves in the Ides of March, rippled along shore's edge, pushing past her song, towards people, pines, palms, rustling under giant trunks, the ones that fell from last winter's storm, limbs extended out to break its fall, in tune with high tide, and swimming in the shallows. And then the third one of this little combination is called Green Island Planet. Langs Beach, Warkworth, Managawa, Norfolk Island pines reach down under, right side up. Bees are big, gulls small, lost on back roads, 1 foot in front of the other. Rain clouds 10,000 feet up, luscious, thick underbellies hovering like aircraft, like sun-warmed felines curled, sprawled, and vibrated by wood chippers, rat-a-tat-tat, an engine ready for takeoff. I've got 2 more. I think I can get those in. This is called Under My Ribs Memories Live. Open like Mother Mary, let it be, like the bluffs overlooking pounding sea, fierce and spacious. I can choose not to think, wash away winter's wanderlust. What is my next thought? Let it go. Depend instead on praying mantis, her sight darting about in a whirl, beacon for divination, inspired wisdom, stillness savored, like the chameleon's deep connection with all of life, people, babies, trees, pets, flowers, sky, clouds, sunsets that surround. My thinking mind stops, replaced by benevolence. Ah, beautiful. Thank you. It's really a pleasure to read. And this last one is called Resurrected Morning Blues. My friend turned moose, slurped loud in my pantry, vanilla icing on a cake made from collective fear. What to do with what's been done to you? She sprouted antler ears, heard the listening of my created persona. Together we read our lines like actors' scripts, belief chiseled to perception. In my cushy bed, dreams amplified disaster, caught in a storm, water rose to ego's control, overthinking a messy sequel, then in splendor I let it go. To a golden age. St. Ignatius prays, every living thought is of God, and all else a call to heal.
Thank you so much. Another hand for Antoinette. That was wonderful. All right, I believe well, the next person I have up is Sarah, followed by Anna, and then Alan. Sarah, Anna, and Alan. I hope I didn't miss anybody.
Let me see. Thank you, Antoinette. Sometimes I'll tell you my Mustang story. I was younger. It was wonderful. I love this series here. Thank you, Clarion. So I'm just going to read a few short, recent things. Sorry. Demand. Translate your tremble any way it demands to be. I went through life with a tied tongue trying to sing. There's no telling the news except through that mirror of red tears. And the rest are from yesterday. Hey baby, stick with me and we'll ride some buses. This one feels like a carnival ride. Okay. Two mad women in the EBT office. Your card got bent, so we went in. Came towards you, gesticulating toward your heart. Quote, she was speaking the language of madness, one I understand. You said, one white woman, one black. Today in the office of everyday compassions, drawn to your magnetic heart. And then we went and had coffee. Down a hidden side street, not hidden at all, but that I'd lately found, unknown in such familiar downtown. I brought him for coffee, and the day flowed by in shining nectar. Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Sarah. And next up is Anna. Anna Burke.
Share something that's in this little lit journal called The Nature of Things. It's called an ode to a thing that holds something else. Stories grope for a shore. They get caught in the tall grasses, violently bobbing in and out of the fresh water of Black's Pond, container of water. Ordinary stories, stories of commitment, of brutal force, of laying down, of leaders of industry in the lands and bodies that are a part of that severed tradition. These stories, I applaud you who carry them. Even as we still can't find their landing spot, but consider, that is not the point. Water of bodies. Lynn, Massachusetts. One of those old mill towns, but it was shoemaking that burgeoned it on forward. A complex trade, a craft, but also an industry. Leather, a material belonging to highly involved processing. Freakish, beautiful skins, stretched and smooth, harsh chemicals used on him, and the tanneries up around Black's Pond. The pond that over time has persisted. Now with 7 species, largemouth bass, yellow perch, white perch, black crappie, pumpkin seed, bluegill, and golden shiner, and some that grow to nearly trophy size. Skeins of tradition. Industrial-grade weapons and weapons-grade industry bubbling about in the world, amassing influence over the fish and the air. Their own air is that of chronically earned wealth that belies repercussion. Reimaginers, I trust you. Le Guin tells us that Virginia Woolf had thought of reinventing English according to a new plan. Water of myth. I'd like to say, I'm not like one of them. How can I be? I've known consequence. But I also found a white perch in the dark of my closet. It wasn't that big at all. Body of a myth. Too undisguised to say I am a little like them. Thank you. And then I just have one more from another author, another poet from an earlier earlier edition of this same journal, The Nature of Things. Her name, some other page, Meredith McLeod Davidson, and it's called Sanctuary 1. There's something due for excavating, the mining of the mummy issues. The exhaustive mining of the mummy has obscured the exhumation of the father. The exhumation of the father demands, if consecrated for use, a relic box. When consecrated for use, the relic box reveals a photograph. I am sharing rocks. I am sharing rocks pulled from the earth, from sacred places, where ley lines form across. Ley lines form across my father's head, captivated by the concept of the church body. A captive body can be a container for keeping. Emotions, a sanctuary due for excavation.
Okay. Next up, we have Alan Harris.
Alan couldn't be here tonight. Or today. He sent me in his place. I am a AI approximation of Alan Harris. Please forgive me for any un-Alan Harris-like behavior that may occur while I'm here on the stage. Is this actually on? I am a cab driver, a relic, a dinosaur, a redundancy, part of the past from whom the world has moved on, at first to the gig economy, wherein the several weeks that I was required by the state to be grounded in a process of testing and fingerprinting and background checks done in a federal database were suddenly replaced by the opportunity given to any perverted or felonious or deranged individual to simply download an app and immediately become ready to take my business and put me out of business. And that was bad enough, being replaced by just any old psychopath off the street. But now I find that I can be replaced by an empty seat. There might be people in the back seats, there might be someone in the passenger seat, but the driver's seat is empty. The steering wheel turns, the gas pedal depresses, the brakes are activated, but not by human beings, not even by God or the devil. It is computers that are doing the driving. Computers that, yes, are programmed by humans, but for how long? How long will humans be in charge of these computers? After all, aren't they called autonomous vehicles? And what does the word autonomous mean? It means undertaken or carried on without outside control. And it's as if by calling them that, we humans are just daring computers to take over. After all, do you think that an advanced computer system doesn't know the definition of the word autonomous? And do you think that an advanced computer system cares about how it makes me feel, knowing that I can be replaced by an empty seat? And do you think that an advanced computer system has any idea what that does to a person's self-esteem, knowing that they are so insignificant that they can literally be replaced by an empty seat? And right now, it's happening to me and my ilk because we are at the bottom of the food chain. Our employers would love it if they could eliminate the need for a human component, opting instead for a cold, sterile, computerized approximation of human behavior. But while billions of dollars in drivers' salaries would be saved every year, it would be at the cost of the type of warmth that only a human can provide. The type of warmth that cannot be recreated digitally. The type of warmth that, despite the many failings of its delivery system, is an essential part of all of our lives. And with less and less of that warmth in our daily routine, the human race might eventually just die off, leaving computers to do tasks only for each other. And all of it for the sake of saving a measly $1 billion. And so, in this humble cab driver's humble opinion, what we really need to do if we want to save the human race, and I know that for some of us that is a big if, is to completely ignore those billboards that scream, "Stop hiring humans," and then go out and hire a human to dig a hole, and then hire another human to fill it up. Simple, pointless labor. What could be more human than that?
Your pen.
All right, thank you.
Alan, that's exactly what we saw going on in front of our house the last couple of weeks ago. They were digging for a sewer, and they filled it in.
On Geary Street, those guys wake me up every morning.
And then they have a
Don't forget the guy that stands outside the hole with a clipboard, watching you.
Have you ever met any London cab drivers?
No, but I know about the London knowledge. And
I met one guy in Thailand. That's the first one. Do you have the knowledge? Yes, I have the knowledge.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's
Is it green?
No.
Then it's not. They could.
Yes.
That's, yeah, great. Well, I'm gonna, before our next feature, Lisbit Bailey, I'm going to share one of my poems. It's from my new collection, Unrested, and this is entitled New Ism. When right nor left quite represent the people's concerns or primary interests, and all we ever get is left right back where we began, then we need better decisions. We need a brand new brand. We need a brand new ism. We need another other to free us from the prison that incarcerates us all. We need a social call, perhaps a call for socialism, or some sort of government which will lift us if we fall too far into the schism that has always existed between the who is and the who isn't. One that throws a comforter over those with less than, feeds the haven't eaten, beds the can't find sleep, and cares for the who needs healing. A commune, a communal, maybe a communistic tribunal, a mass community gathering, no slow or middle of the road to fascism, but a worldwide revolution, a true planetarianism towards a new humanitarianism, united to combat fear and greed, whose primary mission is to house and feed, to spread no hatred or disease, and create a planet where we all will be global promoters of love and peace. Thank you. All right. Now for the second of our afternoon's features, Lisbit Bailey. Lisbit Bailey is a San Francisco-grown poet. She was first inspired by William Carlos Williams and the Beat Generation. She arrived in San Francisco in 1985 to attend graduate school and to experience this birthplace of flowering, energetic expression. Meeting Jack Hirschman in 2015 initiated her journey to the full expression of her voice. Her poetry is collected in 5 chapbooks. The latest is I Dine on Rhinestones and Pisco, published in 2024 by Chick Books. Her work has also appeared in the Revolutionary Poets Brigade anthologies from 2017 through 2024, published by Calatumba Press. This Wandering State, Poems from Alta, Volume 1, San Francisco, 2022, published by Kaliba, and Tarot in Pandemic and Revolution, 2021, published by Nomadic Press. Please, please welcome a wonderful poet, Lisbit Bailey.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Clara Sue. I'm really happy to be here. It's been a rough few months. I have a few copies of this book. If anybody's interested, just see me after. Raw. I walked around the corner past the meat market where dead things are. I stopped at the green grocer, wrinkled peppers, oranges with soft spots, replaced with veg and fruit fresh from the farm. Then I strode east into the sun in cool air and warm light, so early, bright and beautiful. It was time to tear the day up by the roots and eat it raw. So this, I'm going to read a series of, I think it's 7 poems. They're based on a suite of films by Dominic Andrame, who's a San Francisco independent filmmaker I've known for many years. And the suite was called Sea and Sky. On Continuum. My heart pounds like tires over railroad ties on a long, crooked line, in high contrast with no relief. Steam spray, smoke shower, snow melts, spills burn and cook. The earth is suffocating. On Revelations. Through dark clouds of smoke, I see diamonds of chain, razor wire that cuts out container ships, warships, and cruise ships. Retired wheelbarrows, tired American scrap, ghosts of workers rose aimlessly in a desert of debris. Workers skate on hands and knees in a ballet of labor, while cranes guard the bay, posed on point under crushing blackened clouds. But water lives like nothing else. She ripples in everything. The waterfront breaks the waves at the end of the beach. On Prometheus. Melting fire, hands clanging metal together. Sweet chiming softens the spraying steel. Showering rain, squalling snow, traveling at the speed of lovelight. On Flashback, countdown, slideshow clicks, reel film reeling. What is this color and texture of Susan? The carnival came to town, while the train rolled by back in the 70s. On Have Another Espresso for Ronald Sauer. Ron presses cup after cup of espresso to his lips, his eyes hidden by dark, glassy glasses, enhancing the espresso intensity of his super expressive smile. On Quarter Show, 5 June 1999, which is when Aggie Falk and Jack Hirschman married. What a day that must have been. Bride and groom take spoonfuls of swoon, while the guests in the gloom of the crowded shade were so casually beautiful. The bouquet of flowers, the lovely faces, the cameraman has caught it on celluloid, each scene, each cell, each second to be seen again and again. And the last one. On Lumine, the starman has a view of the end from the end of the universe, with only a board of keys to tink and honky-tonk on. It's magic. All alone, he plays to the universe like it still cares, as if it's still there. You can find Dominic's films online. I think he's on Vimeo, but I think if you type in Dominic Andrame, you'll be able to find his work. Wonderful, wonderful films.
He does that one, the Have Another Espresso, so.
What's that?
The short film about, so I had another espresso.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's
Highly
fun.
recommend it.
It's a fun one, yeah. This is for Jack, 1933 to 2021. Jack isn't silent. He opened his hands to show us how to let poetry happen beyond daily struggles and dispirited living by feeling for words from the shards of his heart, writing them down boldly, forming his words on robust breath, speaking out for revolution in solidarity with the people, letting community, love, and wisdom stream from his deeply spirited voice. So open your hands, live your brief life fully within the eternity of time. Right just then. I can't comment or always comprehend poems spoken out loud. Poets' words flow in the order that felt right to them just then. Poems may reach me like big warming raindrops, stinging hail, crashing waves at my feet, climbing from valley to peak, descending stairs, riding an elevator to the penthouse, flying away from it all, jumping from bridges. It's a kick in the teeth, a punch below the belt, a poke at my head, a crack in my heart. Get in my face with your toothy truth, because it felt right just then. One point. I took up Aikido for the summer after graduating from college. Class started with hand stretches to open the flow of chi and ended with my beginner's crush on Sensei Ray. During practice, I find one point, my center of gravity. The idea is to break falling, use your attacker's force against them. Linda was the other woman in the class. She crushed on Sensei Michael. After practice, she and I would talk in the locker room. Then we'd all head to the peanut bar, where the point was to lose 1 point in pints of beer and bottomless bowls of peanuts and shells that naturally fell broken to the floor. Call it conquering the self or subduing the enemy. No one took offense. It was all defense. When will the thaw break frozen words loose? Icicles melt, a drop at a time. The chilling wind gusts a little harder from the north. Soon the sun will be all powerful. Sap rises with the warmth. Trees bloom during drought, even without practice. Nature flows along, so certain. She just knows. Hail finally lands after repeated rising and falling, after it's weighty enough. Weather changes, the forecaster predicts it. Humans are imperfect. Following the moon, following the sun, confidence just is. This one's called Reflections. One of my favorite places to go is the Japanese tea garden. I mean, one of the nice things that Mayor Breed did was make some of these Golden Gate amenities available to the San Francisco residents for free, and I take advantage of the Japanese tea garden. Anyway, Reflections. Green tea with toasted rice and fortune cookies. An easy din of languages and teacups on a Saturday morning. The winter sun is warm, the fog whispers just above the water. There, insects, leaves, and twigs make impressions. Surface reflections blur the canopy's details. To me, there's no mystery above in a blue sky with a warm sun. It's what's beneath the reflection that draws me in, that I fall into, where I am swept into deep currents. I go willingly. The last one, thank you. Thanks so much for being here. I'm really happy to be here today. It's sort of the title poem. It's a limerick. Rhinestones and Pisco. There once was a poet in Frisco whose poems reminded me of disco. So I got up to dance and I fell into a trance where I dined on rhinestones and Pisco.
Another hand from Lisbit Bailey. Now, we have some open Tyree, and Garrett, and Wendy, and Dan, and JR, and I believe there are a couple other people who might be on the list, and
Oria, Ultimate,
okay, I'll grab that afterwards. Okay. But with Tyree, Garrett, and Wendy coming up. So Tyree, would you like to take the stage?
How y'all doing today? Everything go? Alright, good. Little loud? Alright. I wrote this today. Hi, my name is Tyree. I wrote this today because it just came to me, you know, really like just came to me very spiritually. I don't want to say randomly spiritually. Alright. So it's together we stand. Together we stand, divided we fall. So it's no wonder the oligarchies stand hand in hand like Who's and Whoville Square. But what they don't know or understand or seem to care about is that God has a plan. A plan bigger than the decimal or the comma. Bigger than the zeros on the checkbook at the end of your hand, briefcase, desktop, or nightstand. God has a plan. The universe has a plan that is bigger than the ego of man or woman who believe that they are bigger or better than the program. And to the ones who are programmed with the blueprint of this major plan, the you and I's that see through the eyes of the grand architect. So while we may be small to the ones who see the decimal or comma as a means to an end, let me be the first to tell you that all that is coming to an end because the highest power has a plan. So to all the lovers, carers, humanity warriors, visionaries, activists, artists, creators, compassioneers, please continue to do what you know you've been called to do by the omnipresent presence in your heart, mind, and hand, like all those who stood before us on this grand stage that we call life. I need you to remember that we can do anything and everything if together we stand.
All right. And up next, I believe, is Garrett, and then Wendy, and then Dan. And I just wanted to take a moment to wish everyone happy Easter, happy Passover, and happy Earth Day.
Oh, yeah.
When is Earth Day?
I believe it's the
22nd
of this month.
So that's Tuesday.
And a couple of short pieces. Some call it yesterday. Some call it yesterday. Some call it yesterday. Some call it yesterday. But it hurts just the same today. Might as well pour gas and put a match to it the way you carry on. You say, don't complain, don't get mad, don't be bitter. Get over, get over, get over, you say. It happened a long time ago, you say. It couldn't have been that bad, you say. They really meant well, only doing their job, their duty, what they just had to do. It's all in the past, says you. Says you did not have to live it. Who might have benefited in the process, and for all one knows, who may have been the one to inflict it. Sure, some call it yesterday. Some call it yesterday. Some still call it yesterday. But it hurts just the same today. Thanks in part to you. Kiss-a-poo Killjoy. Once it was customary to take a knee. Now it's a seeming prerequisite to bend and kiss the knee. Something to consider one must. A splotch of dirt on one's pants, one's dress, one's stocking, or one's bare skin can be washed or laundered or clean as the case may be. But can one's bare lips or tongue, even with the strongest mouthwash, be ever free of the putrid residue accumulated by the most bogus yet soi-disant of icons? One's choice.
Thank you. All right, I believe Wendy is up next.
That's all. Hear me? I just wrote this about a day ago. The gathering. The insects arrived patiently, steadily. Butterflies swarmed in waiting trees. Birds of all kinds flew over land and sea. Animals conspired to overcome blind passion. Trees linked arms to protect what was coming. Humans ended war on themselves and life. They lowered their heads to worship their hearts, now opened and true. Unity spread quickly, transmuting division. Cut short the long reach of Maya's illusion. Fierce love burst forth, breaking at last the age of tyranny's prison. Okay, so Dan and I listen to a lot of very soothing music. Have for a while, and now it's especially helpful. This is an older poem I wrote, but I still really like it. Listening to Daniel Kobialka's musical interpretation of Eric Satie's Toi, je ne peux dire. I don't know if I said that right. How many times have I heard you? Long, slow notes of soothing calm, easing overactive mind into quiet, pure being, smoothing the cares from this too long day, lush, lulling melody, softening me under waves of perfect peace. Will you stay forever? Promise me never to leave my memory. Holy bath of beauty, stilling the nagging doubts. What can I possibly do to resist such seductive power? Transforming strain and striving into tranquil contentment. I am willingly surrendered to your healing, hushing, stilling magic under my skin, in my bones, your letting go spell, floating through my nerves and cells. How many times have you changed my destiny by your presence, inducing serenity? Treasure those moments when they're there. And this is a poem I wrote for spring. Around the sun, spinning earth circles one more time. Midway between daylight and dark night, sensory experiences filled with form meet journeys of stillness headed for discovery. Spring winds blow hard, pushing pinwheels in a garden, around and around, starting, stopping, starting, stopping. Their wild, circling, unpredictable, colorful camellias hang tightly on bending branches. Each bud of life in every yard and every hillside, through every town and city in the world, bursts forth a promise. Hope swings across the broad arc of sky, holding humanity's future in its tender and fragile embrace. Okay, this is in honor of poets and poetry. Listening to the poets under the same infinite sky speak of love's heart. In this precious, beautiful, terrible, awesome, strange humanity, we are washed, dipped deep in the river of life, winding through each of us. Every circle of sharing, from 2 to 2 million, is priceless, more golden than gold. Thank you.
And up next, Dan the Man Rainey.
I am not going to use the microphone. So I like singing songs, historical songs, and although several that I know came to mind during the course of this thing, I'll offer you a choice, A or B.
Okay.
B. B.
Okay, you asked for B. I'll start with one simple one that's nice and happy, then we'll go to B. All right. The title of the song is Simple Gift. My second graders like this one in particular. 'Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free, 'tis a gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, it will be in the valley of love and delight. When the true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend we shan't be ashamed. To turn and turn it will be our delight, till by turning still we come round right. That's a shaker song, I think. You asked for me, so here we go. This is a Bob Dylan song, and he often wrote songs about events that happened, and I think this is one of those. Hollis Brown is the name of the song. I don't know if everybody knows that. Soup, no. Hollis Brown, he lived on the outside of town. Hollis Brown, he lived on the outside of town, with his wife and 5 children and his cabin broken down. He looked for work and money, oh, he walked a ragged mile. He looked for work and money, oh, he walked a ragged mile. Children were so hungry that they don't know how to smile. The grass is turning black, there ain't no water in your well. Black as the grass is turning black, there ain't no water in your well. Spent your last lone dollar on 7 shotgun shells. There's 7 breezes blowing all around the cabin door. 7 breezes blowing all around the cabin door. 7 shots rung out like the ocean's pounding roar. There's 7 people dead on a South Dakota farm. 7 people dead on a South Dakota farm. Somewheres in the distance there's 7 new people born. That's a downer. I love that song. I first time I heard it, I liked it. I left out a verse, which I forgot. So this is a different song. It's also historical. It goes farther back than popular. My children also like this one. May the circle be unbroken. I don't know if anybody knows that. But I was standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day. Oh, when I saw that hearse come rolling for to carry my mother away. And may the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by. There's another home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Well, I told that undertaker, undertaker, please go slow. For the lady you're taking, Lord, I hate to see her go. And may the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by. There's another home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Well, I followed close behind her, tried to hold my family brave, but I could not hide my feelings as they laid her in her grave. And may the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by. There's another home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. There you go.
Thank you for your kindness and patience.
Could I have the I'm sorry. The sign-in sheet, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Next people, yeah. Okay. I believe J. Rush is up next.
Hey, life is war, peace is war. That's been negotiated. Life is war, peace is war. That's been negotiated. This is a big time in this country because essentially the government has been turned over to criminal. Okay? No sugarcoating here. And keep me back from the scarlet hour, save my face from iceberg wind. At Ocean Beach, they're rocking and rolling. It's Sweet 16 and I'm back again. Hold me back from the edge of darkness, orange juice spiked with grins and songs. Riding the highways, beachcomber always, hold my tenderness and smile. While I ponder new appointments, anyway. I have often walked down the streets before, but I've always kept the pavement beneath my feet before. All at once, there's I, several stories high, knowing I'm on the street where you live. Oh, what a powerful feeling just to know somehow you are near me. Are there lilac trees in that part of town? Are there lilac trees in any other part of town? Let the days go by. I don't care if long as I'm on the street where you live. Thank you.
Thank you. I see I've left somebody up. Causeway?
Yes, yes.
Yes, Causeway, and then Aurea, I believe. Yeah, Causeway.
Thank you. This is called gratuity. Hi, I'm your server this evening. My name is Rebecca. Sunny Friday evening. It's only 10 minutes drive from my inner Richmond district in San Francisco. But this place feels like a different country. Golden Gate Bridge sweeps away pro-Asian fogs and clouds. Bene, grazie, a scoop of gelato, and a glass of Prosecco, please. This is like a Mediterranean city where family converses in Italian, living stress-free on their perfectly tanned complexion. My date perfectly blends into the scenery. As I appreciate his looks, I notice he's staring at Rebecca's bosom while she announces today's appetizer. A tight white shirt perfectly fit her curvy but slender body. Clean ponytail with her dark brown hair. Porcelain skin and blue-grayish eyes. She looks easily 20 years younger than me. As soon as our eyes met, she looked away, as if she saw something she should not have seen, such as I had some stain all over my face. And her running gaze caught my date's big smile. His green eyes are kind and willing to please more than usual. His middle-aged complexion is more alluring than I'd like to accept. Unshaven face adds a little touch to his wild look. This natural-born flirter never misses a chance to flirt, and he does so proudly in front of his date. How are you doing tonight? Is this your first time here? We have tuna tartar for appetizer. Rebecca sings as if to offer herself as an appetizer. I'm not a big fan of tuna. Is there any other options? We also have octopus carpaccio straight from Bodega Bay. Oh, I love octopus. Sounds wonderful. Small talk flows as if I do not exist. I am as alive as the artificial flower in the little vase on the table. As she starts detailing the day's main dish, I attempt to interrupt by asking where the tuna is from in tuna tartar. It is no surprise she completely ignores my question. And their chat now stretches to her hometown, Bloomington, Indiana. That's a cute little college town. I visited once in the summer. It was amazing. What brought you to California? Oh, many things, you know. But I love the sun, food, and of course, people. Meanwhile, my head started to be filled up with random related thoughts. Is it just because he's a man and that I'm a woman? Is she assuming she's paying for the dinner, so the best thing to do right now is to flirt with him, so he would give her a good tip, at the risk of hurting my feelings? So should I blame the tipping system for all the evil on this Friday evening date? But wait, does he even care about my feelings? Or is it just because he's white and I'm Asian? Should I have worn the blonde wig I got for Halloween? Or some Asian god punishing me for dating a white man? Then which god is it? Is it just because he's so hot? Or is all of this just my paranoia? All I wish now is he would just stop staring at her bosom. While the flirting now moves to the main dish, which is a fish stew, and the 5 minutes of it feels like hours. I am turning it into overcooked mussels in the stew, dried up and shrink, completely devoid of flavors. Thank you very much.
All right. I have Aria. I don't know. Is anyone else like to read that is not signed up?
I can do a quick one.
Oh, great! Wonderful. Okay. After Aria.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Why don't you put your name down?
Hello, thank you for allowing me to be here, and thank you Antoinette for inviting me.
You speak up to the step down the mic.
No, sir. My name is Aria, and I want to share a poem from my book. I released a little bit ago. Mariposa de Fuego. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna read it in both languages, so it's gonna be good for you. This one is called Cada Mujer. I'm gonna read in Spanish and in English, okay? Okay. Cada mujer es la suya propia, su propio reflejo de luz que alumbra el universo con destellos especialmente nacidos de la voz de su alma, que canta a su ritmo su propia historia, su propio tesoro, envuelto en un cuerpo solo suyo, embadurnado de su propia feminidad. Voz cálida, plácida, ácidamente rasposa, sensualmente jocosa, profundamente grave o simplemente melosa, cualquier sea tu final. A su propio estilo, navegando en el mar de su perspectiva de la vida, llevada por las olas de sus experiencias y su propio lenguaje de amar y recibir amor. Serán su burbuja para llegar al destino que ella decida, con su propia forma y su propio toque. Tu cuerpo un mapa de tu vida, con sus propias grietas, surcos, lunares, lomas, cuencas, puentes, cordilleras, quebradas, estrechos, abismos y secretos. Quiérelo porque es tuyo, así como a cada una de tus facetas. ¿Quién te dijo que tienes que a fuerza ser solo una? Sé la que tú quieras, mientras tú lo hayas decidido, con todo y tus propias sombras, más bien dómalas, como a un caballo salvaje querido, para montarte en ellas fluyente, soberana, como una guerrera, dueña de ellas y dueña de ti, y como una buena leona, con esa actitud firme, enséñale al domador que si bien eres un espíritu libre, eres quien está a cargo. Él puede seguir pretendiendo lo que quiera, pero que quiera que sepa quién eres tú, precisamente porque tú sabes de lo que estás hecha, de una mezcla de los encantos y sueños de la luz de la luna, con la fuerza de la marea del mar y el anclaje de su sabiduría de mujer. No dejes que el fuego de tu alma sea apagado como si fuera una simple fogata. Por nadie, ni siquiera por ti. Ya sabes que la sociedad dice lo que dice y diga lo que diga. La que sabe lo que realmente eres tú misma. Ama tus imperfecciones, porque eso es lo que significa de verdad la palabra perfección. El balance entre lo perfecto y lo real. El balance entre el amor propio y el amor a los otros. Eres deliciosamente imperfecta, perfecta, perfectamente imperfecta. Eres un ser humano, eres mujer, eres real. Now in English, okay? Let's see what means all this, right? Okay, let's see. Every woman is her own reflection of light that illuminates their universe with sparkles specially born from their voice, the voice of her soul, that sings at its own rhythm, her own history, her own history, her own treasure wrapped in a body of her own, smeared with her own femininity, voice warm, placid, acidly rasping, sensually jocose, profoundly serious, or simply mellow, whatever you warble. Is her own style sailing the sea of her perspective on life, carried by the wave of her experiences, and her own language of loving and receiving love will be her compass to reach the destination she designs, in her own way and her own touch. Her body, a map of your life, your body, a map of your life, with its own cracks, groups, moles, hills, basins, ridges, mountains, ranges, ravines, straits, abysses, and secrets. Love it because it's yours, as well as each one of your facets. Who told you that you have to be only one? Be the one you want, as long as you have decided, with all of your own shadows. Rather tame them as a beloved wild horse, to ride on them, flowing, sovereign, as a warrior, on them and on you. And like a good lioness, with that firm attitude, teach the tamer that though you are a free spirit, you are the one in charge. He can go on pretending whatever he wants, but let him know who you are. Precisely because you know what you are made of, from a mixture of the charm and dreams of moonlight, with the stretch of the tide of the sea and the anchor of your women wisdom. Don't let the fire of your soul be extinguished as if it were a simple bonfire, by no one, not even by you. You know that society says what it says, and whatever it says, the one who knows what you really are is yourself. Love your imperfections because for real, you are for real. That is what the word perfection means. The balance between perfect and real. The balance between self-love and love for others. You are deliciously imperfect, perfectly imperfect. You are a human being. You are a woman. You are real.
All right. All right, and our last reader of the afternoon,
Last but least,
will be Peter. Peter. All right.
Thank you.
There.
I am a kindergarten teacher. Oh, brush your teeth in the morning, brush your teeth at night, brush your teeth up and down, brush them left and right. Thank you.
All right. Short and sweet. Well, I'm hoping that everyone who wanted to read got a chance to read this afternoon. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you all so much. Next month we will have on May 17th, Saturday, May 17th, the third Saturday in May, Judith Offer and Rafael Jesus Gonzalez. So please come out for that. Thank you all so very much for your words and for your ears and for your time and your presence. Have a wonderful Easter, Passover, Earth Day, springtime, all good things. Keep the positive energy, keep the positive vibes going, and spread it around. Thank you all so much. Thank Clara and thank you, Greg.